Hello and welcome to Critical Strike 128. I'm Josh and here with me is Kyle.
Who are you and why are you in my house?
And Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Bill.
This is the first podcast where you're on your path to becoming a woman, isn't it? They don't know about that.
Yeah. I mean, alright, Kyle, you know how long it's been. How long has it been?
It's been about 1 year and 1 month.
Since we last did an episode.
Yep. Yep.
Well, okay. Together.
Yes.
Since we retired.
So am I still doing honeymoon stories or not?
No. Let's forget it.
Are we gonna bring back like the Insane Clown Posse lyrics thing or something?
Oh
Wasn't
god,
that a
I
thing?
forgot about that. Yeah.
I think that was a thing.
I don't even fucking remember.
What was it? We were gonna try to fit in Insane Clown Posse lyrics to...
Oh, we were gonna play a game of Are These Real Lyrics?
Right.
Yeah, then we realized that none of us do anything, and that's not gonna work out.
And then we just stopped. So
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
Hi Internet, we're back.
Yeah, seriously.
In the age of video, we're going retro.
Like I was talking to Nick and Sean from Fortnite to Finish podcast, and I was like, look, we left it up to you guys, like Geek and Destroy and Fortnite to Finish, to carry on the podcast legacy. And they dropped the ball.
I haven't listened to a gaming podcast in like 2 years. Who's
Yeah.
Fortnite to Finish?
So Nick is so horrible. Nick used to do Angry Pants or whatever it was.
Yes.
And so he and Sean from Geek and Destroy merged, and they do Fortnite to Finish.
Okay.
And so Sean, I don't think they've done a Geek and Destroy since we actually did ours, which is bad. So I was telling them, I was like, we left the legacy in your hands, and you guys suck. So we had to come out of retirement.
I like that you say that, but technically aren't we still part of Platform Nation, which would mean the Rumble Pack and the Video Game Jocks who are still doing shows did
Are
just
we still
fine.
listed on that platform?
That site still exists?
Yeah. Like we quit, Pete quit, I don't think Steve does anything anymore, and then
Alright,
I thought
well-
there was another one maybe.
Let's just get it out in the open. I quit.
Yeah, you're a fucking cunt. That's why.
I'm the one that
we're
quit.
still listed as a podcast under Platform Nation.
That's hilarious. I can't believe that site still exists.
No, it came at the right point, because we all kind of we don't really play as many games anymore.
Well, no, I was exceptionally burnt out.
You were in a slump.
Like, work was exceptionally difficult at that time. I had just come off of third shift, if I recall. 'Cause we did,
don't
like,
remember.
2
You were all over the place.
Yeah, remember, like, you guys did like 5 episodes by yourselves, and then
We did?
yeah,
What?
I think
Yeah.
we kept bringing on guests.
no, you did like 5 by yourself, and then I came back, and then you weren't on, and then we did like 1 more where it was all of us, and then I had a week off, if I remember, from work, and we tried to do it, and then I said, no, fuck it, I'm done, and that was it.
Huh.
So that's pretty much how it happened.
Whatever, I guess.
And then, for whatever reason, I was off from work last week, and I was like, you guys want to get the band back together?
It seems like things happen when you take time off from work. Maybe
Yeah.
you shouldn't do that anymore.
No. In fact, I try not to take time off from work, but, yeah. So here we are, a year and a month, was it, Kyle?
Yep.
A year and a month later.
I think it's a year and a month and a half.
A year and a month and a half
Nearly
later.
2 year that a baby could have been born and learned to do something.
Right. In that time that we last got together and recorded our conversations. Actually, if you think about it, I didn't talk to you guys for 6 months. Maybe more.
Yeah, you just fell off the face of the earth.
Back to me saying you were being a cunt.
I disappeared from everybody for the longest time. In fact, it wasn't until I think I got a card from Nancy. Mail.
You got our... I fucking knew it, because it's like a week after we sent the thank you cards, we got a message from you. I'm like, it's Josh.
Yeah. They sent me a card for the wedding thing, and it was like, oh, we miss you, blah, blah. And I was like, miss me? I talked to them not too long ago. And I was like, no, I didn't.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
And I was like, I haven't been on the internet in like 6 months. Or at least spoke to anybody in 6 months. Or more. Maybe more.
We upgraded and took Tony on.
Yeah, that's fine. You actually downgraded because you got something black.
Jesus. Hope people get that we're joking.
He's the Blacket of Hope.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, how have you guys been in a year and a month and a half?
Pretty good. I'm in college again.
Kyle, we haven't got to unfortunate stories yet.
Oh. I got a dog.
We haven't gotten to unfortunate stories.
Bubo! Bubo!
Why don't we get into the story of the dog?
Oh, so Nancy, let me just preface this whole story with, Nancy is super allergic to anything with hair. So,
even
dogs, cats, any small animal, really. So I had resigned myself to never owning a pet of significance. So I'm like, I'll just get like a couple of fish or...
And you always had animals growing up.
I had a shit ton of animals growing up. We always had 2 dogs, at least 3 cats, a couple of birds. Chickens were in there. I had a couple of iguanas. I had a couple of anoles.
Iguanas?
We had a Moluccan cockatoo at one point.
Wow.
Yeah. So animals are like, I just grew up with them.
Yeah.
And then I started dating Nancy, and then we got married. And I'm like, well, goodbye, pets.
Penis.
Yeah. Goodbye, pets of significance. I will be forever resigned to shitty pets like fish.
Goodbye, love.
Yeah. And then 2 months ago, she's like, I want a puppy. And I was like, okay. Sure. And then every week after that, I'm like, so are we still getting a puppy? Are you sure you want a puppy? Are you ready for a puppy? Are we getting a puppy? And then last month we put a deposit down. And then last week we went to Lancaster, Pennsylvania to visit the Amish to pick up our dog.
Huh.
Has she ever had a dog?
Yeah, she had a golden retriever growing up.
Oh, I see.
You got an Amish dog.
Yep. Also,
is it real Amish or is it like Mennonite?
No, they were for real Amish. It was super weird pulling up to their farmhouse. And then I'm like, oh, it's just like a normal house. And then the mother of the dude we were dealing with came out. He's like, oh, I'll go get my daughter. She'll get her husband. Hold on. And then we went in their house. The ceilings were super low. They had like a lamp, like at one lamp in their house that they were using for light. I'm like, oh, this is weird. And Nancy was starting to freak out. And like we got out after we got the dog. She's like, I didn't think we were coming out of there alive.
Did they offer you some Werther's Original?
No.
I don't know if I want to know the significance of that.
So now we've got a golden retriever puppy who shits
Bubo.
and pisses everywhere. Because we're still in the process of house training.
Yeah.
You or the dog?
Well, both.
And then, so, the dog, what is the dog's actual name?
The dog's actual name is Isabella Amberkind of Clifton.
Okay, and then what is...
Jesus
what the fuck?
Christ. It amazes me you ever got a woman in your life.
I didn't come up with the name.
What is the name that Bill and I decided to call the dog?
Bubo.
Bubo!
Which is a significantly better name, and I'm sad I didn't come up with it. But we just call the dog Izzy.
That was actually a a brainstorming session amongst us when you were gone. We settled on the animatronic owl from Clash of Titans was what we guessed you would name it.
Yeah.
Like, we actually spent like a good hour or
What
so.
were other
trying to-
names? There had to have been some.
It was a
ones.
while, yeah. We definitely talked about it for a while.
I can't remember what some of the other, like, I think one was like some Final Fantasy character name. Sora was one.
That was one of the names that was up for ripe for the picking.
Who's hanging themselves right now?
Frona walked in. She didn't realize I was doing a podcast. I'm sorry.
Then
Like, oh fuck, we're doing the podcast again. I'm just gonna fucking hang myself.
Yep.
I thought I was done with
Actually,
this.
that was Bill beating Frona because she dared to step into the basement, so he had to get his belt.
I'm not taking off my belt.
Well, you have another belt.
Yeah, he keeps
You
one
have
next to
a
his
belt
desk.
specifically for that. So you took off the metal buckle, and then you kind of loop. You have like a loop that you kind of fit your hand in, so it's like a bullwhip.
Yeah,
Nah, I'd use like a newspaper because it'd be funnier.
you just hit her on the nose.
No!
No, bad Frona.
He has like a little water bottle he just squirts it with every once in a while.
I really wish that we would have written down all of the names we came up with as guesses of what Kyle would name the dog, though.
Yeah.
Because we really put some serious thought into it.
I immediately went with Sora. I remember that.
Yep. Willow was in there.
Willow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
Really? That one wouldn't have been as good, Kyle.
I know.
It would have been kind of weird and creepy.
Like,
what was
Bubo,
his
is it?
his companion's name? D'Artagnan?
Yeah.
I would have guessed D'Artagnan.
D'Artagnan.
Ooh, Bubo D'Artagnan.
Bubo D'Artagnan.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff.
All right. So, has there been anything of significance in the last year with you, Kyle?
In college, that's it. Taking classes.
Same job.
I got promoted, so now I've got a senior in front of my title.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay. Anything of significance with you, Bill?
I've kind of become a Scotch guy. Does that count?
Yeah.
That. Even though I'm drinking gin right now, surprisingly. But, no, nothing that I can really think of off the top of my head. I'm sure other little small details will bleed out here and there.
So basically, you're the same Bill as last year.
Pretty much. A little bit more
Way to be dull, Bill.
responsibility.
At least I got a dog and went to school.
Yeah.
I will say that we've picked up a lot more reading. We read more now instead of playing video games as much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Josh. You know goddamn well you were reading here and there. You bought a Kindle.
No,
You don't buy a Kindle to talk about it.
He like won a Kindle or something like that.
No, I won an iPad.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
And by one, he means paid for.
No, I actually won an iPad. As far as me, nothing really different in a year. Nothing I can
Really?
think of. What?
Really?
What?
There's like 9 things I could name right now.
Go.
You cut your hair. You're
I did
getting
cut-
fit. You
I
have
did-
friends. You go out more. You go to brunch. There's 4.
Wait, you went to brunch?
Shut up.
So do you have a mimosa or did you have a Bloody Mary?
I
Ooh.
had neither.
I didn't think
Do
about that.
you need to drink when you're at brunch? That's the whole point of brunch, is so you can have breakfast, food, and drink.
You know what, Kyle? It was my first brunch.
Well, you fucked it up.
Yeah.
If you ever come back up this way, Kyle, we will go to brunch and you can teach me the proper brunch etiquette. How's that?
Okay.
The
I'll
brunch
drink
kit.
mimosas because I think Bloody Marys are disgusting.
Okay. So
Yeah,
yes,
I
Bill,
don't drink those
I
either.
did get a haircut. I now have short hair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You run.
I run. I work
you
out.
lift.
I lift. Yes,
You're-
I've lost 87 pounds since November.
Yeah. Those are all significant things.
Yes, there are.
Yeah. And you got we all got promotions, but
Yep.
yours is the one that is the most amusing for some reason.
Why?
I don't know. It just is.
Because I didn't want it.
Because you have a position where you have to talk to people now and
Oh,
tell them what to do.
It's so bad. I am
It's
the worst
so
boss
easy.
in the world.
It's just do this. If you do this, I don't have to talk to you. And
I get to tell
everything's
you what to
fine."
do.
I tried that, and they won't go away. Like, I've even threatened to fire them. I think I told them last night that they're all fired.
I like that they've elevated in your mind to them now. I was talking
racist.
to them the other day.
Yeah.
I was talking to those peasants.
So yeah, I guess if you think about it, I have had
They're
the most
my
change.
bannermen.
I guess if you think about it, I have had the most changes in the last year.
Yeah, and you have a coat now.
I have a hoodie.
You've got a coat. Don't fucking lie to the people, Josh.
I wear pants now.
Yeah, these are all things of what we're talking about here.
I haven't owned a coat or a hoodie since 6th grade. I've had the same haircut since junior high. I haven't worn pants since like 6th grade.
Which was super awkward when I had to meet you and you weren't wearing pants.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, spandex don't count as pants, do they?
I really like the way they frame my legs.
You know, guys, yoga pants aren't just for girls.
Oh man. Yeah.
There's like
yoga
a moose
pants, man,
knuckle
that's-
in there.
Look at all my tackle and bits. Bits and
I got
tackle.
incredibly drunk the other day, or the other week, if you remember that, Bill. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if I remember that.
Remember I came home at like 2 in the morning and I jumped on G-Talk and I was like, I'm incredibly drunk. And then I went to bed. And then I woke up 2 hours later with the worst hangover of my life and headache.
Yeah, you need to drink orange juice so you actually sleep.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
What?
I
Yeah.
drank a,
So you know how when you wake up like 3 hours after a night of drinking and you're like
No.
super thirsty and there's something that you need? It's because your body needs sugar. So if you either drink orange juice or something really sugary before you go to sleep or like right after you wake up, you can go right back to sleep.
oh, here's another change.
Yeah, I never wake up from that.
I have glasses now.
Phil, do you have glasses?
Yeah, I wear contacts, wear glasses, wear contacts.
One of us.
Yeah. And I do have a Kindle. So I have read some stuff. I've grown a lot.
You're reading the novelization of Gears of War.
You know, Kyle, it's actually a really deep story if you took the time to dig into it.
Not everybody who plays that is a faggot, Kyle.
Oh, God.
No, honestly, I would say I probably grew a lot in this last year.
And that's good. Growth is always good.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird for me, though, huh? I'm so resistant to change.
Mm. And now change isn't so bad.
No, it's fucking terrible.
Oh.
I haven't had a ham and cheese sub in weeks.
You
Months,
also
maybe?
don't drink soda anymore.
I haven't had soda since November, yeah. Who
There
am
was
I?
that 2-month period where you were real into edging.
What is edging? What is edging?
I'll save that one for your web search later.
What is edging?
That's pretty funny.
It's like now I'm just gonna let you go ahead and look that
Yeah,
one
we'll
up.
just let that kind of
Yeah.
just soak in there.
Yeah.
All right, so since there's been nothing significant with any of us, that has
This is
happened-
where everyone skips to because they didn't want to hear about that stuff.
Eh. Well, I mean, like you go away for a year, we might as well talk about ourselves for a change, you know? Like how often in the show's history did I ever really talk about myself?
Oh, that time when you almost lost your leg.
Yeah, actually, we stopped like right at the end of that. So
Oh,
I still
yeah.
have my leg.
There was the funny story that when I was in Germany and Rome last year, I carried around a picture of Kyle taking pictures of him in front of stuff.
Oh yeah.
You left me in some like bus stop.
No, it was just down the way from the Spanish Stairs, just on the side of a wall. People looked at you for a while. And there's a good chance that that's going to be done all over again in a couple of weeks, Kyle.
Oh man, where are you going next? Germany?
Paris, I think. I'm going to go hang out with David for a little while. I'm going to probably dig into tickets tomorrow morning, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. So I'll have a nice print ready to go.
Are you leaving Frona behind?
Yeah.
Is it going to be the one with a heart on it again?
Yeah, probably.
No, you should do one of the ones that I made of Kyle, like Clown Face Kyle,
No. Use a normal one.
or Top Hat Kyle.
Yeah, I don't want the clown one would be. Well, the clown one might actually be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that. That'll be a last minute decision.
So we have questions. I don't know if Kyle, you have any of those up.
If it's not in the notes, I don't have them.
I didn't put them in there.
Bill, that's your one job.
No, it's not.
Aren't you our social media manager, Bill?
I can pull it up on my phone.
So one of the questions, right? And he asked us, has any of us played any games recently? And were they any good? So why don't we just use that as a way to go into games?
Sure.
You're going to skip over what have you been reading while you're away?
What was I reading, actually? Cat's Cradle. I read.
I have to go on the Reddit, because I made a list of what I read.
Let's not actually do book talk.
Yeah, we don't want Josh to get upset.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want to listen to like the 100 and some odd books I read over the last year?
No. Nobody actually likes you.
Oh.
I don't know if you know that.
I like me.
No, you don't like you. I get an occasional text from you. I have an iPhone. Anyways, I get an occasional text from you where it's like, I don't like myself. I don't know if you know that you're sending those, but it's weird.
It's probably Bubo.
Yeah.
Was Nancy yelling at you, by the way, tonight when we kept calling her Bubo?
No.
Okay.
She fell asleep almost immediately. Here we go.
All right.
The Shout of the Wind, all the Mistborn books, Nunzi Boys, Good Omens, Neverwhere, Graveyard Book, Lies of Locke, Godfather, Ready Player One, Starfish, Night Watch, Three Musketeers, The Man in the Iron Mask, Count of Monte Cristo, 2001.
Actually, Kyle, why don't you do your list of unfortunate events?
Oh, God, this one. So, where I work, occasionally we do conferences, so people will rent out a space on my campus, and since I'm the only senior administrator there at night, I have to take care of them. So there was this one group called Jews of All Hues.
What?
Yes.
What the fuck are you talking about, really?
I'm getting into this, and it's about addressing racism within the Jewish community. So,
wow.
I set up the mics. I'm like, okay, do you have like all the food and stuff? Do you have like tables in the right spot? And they're like, good. I'm like, cool, fantastic. I'm just going to hang out in the back of the room just to make sure nothing goes wrong for 5 minutes, and then I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
So this dude, the presenter, he gets into the story, and he's like, he's telling this like really sad story about this black woman and her children, and this black woman grew up, and she was like super the hell's that thing, like prejudiced. She was
Tony.
I can't remember the word for it. That's pissing me off. Anyway, like everyone in the synagogues that she was growing up in were like, no, you can't go here, you're clearly not one of us, so on and so on.
Prejudice.
And then, well, it's when it happens to you, someone. Yeah. I can't think of the word right now. So then, like, he's ramping up the story, and he's showing pictures of this woman, and he's like, well, she, like, 30 years later, she's still trying to find the synagogue, and then she's with her children, but she never found a synagogue for her children because she died, not too long after. And it's like, he's got, like, the crowd riveted, and he's like, you're probably all wondering how I know so much about this woman. And he goes, well, this woman was my sister. And at the moment he said, my phone began ringing, completely destroying, like, the emotional point of this story.
Wow.
And I'm just like, oh, God damn it. So, like, it was a hangout call, so there's no way to mute it. So you have to. So I like clamped my phone against my leg and like ran out of the room. So
Was it
like,
me? Did I call you?
No, it was one of my other friends, and I was just like, "Fuck, guys, you're you like you made me look fat in front of the black Jews."
See, this is why, like, in my new act of responsibility at work, I mute Hangouts when I'm there.
Well, everything was muted, but I guess I must have unmuted my phone for some reason. I can't remember what. I think I was waiting for a call from Nance or something like that. So then it was like later on that night, I swung by, I popped into the room because I heard there were some audio issues, but there weren't. The people just didn't know how to turn off a microphone. So my student workers took care of that. So I was in the back of the room again, and this dude's telling like another involved story. And then that one I can't even remember because I had like hauled ass to get there. So he's getting to like the pivotal moment, and then my work phone goes off, and it's my student workers saying they took care of the problem. And I'm just like, you guys are killing me. You guys are killing me.
Did the guy like pull you aside at the end? And be
No, it's like
I
I swung by and like at the very end, I'm like, so is everything okay? He's like, yeah, it was very good. Thank you so much for your help. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, well, next
Thanks
time.
for adding some comedy to my sad stories.
Yeah. Seriously.
We all wanted to see the bumbling white folk.
Way to go, fat white guy.
Yeah. God damn it, God.
Yeah, and then it's just fail after fail while we're trying to teach this dog not to shit in the house.
Didn't Bill tell you to bite him in the butt or something the other day? I don't know.
No.
No, that's only if they're biting you, like, past the acceptable line.
Yeah, she's teething right now, so she's just, like, gnawing on hands and stuff. But
So you bite him in the butt?
yeah,
you
you
bite him
just
in the
bite it right
face.
on the taint.
Does that work for women, too?
No, they don't. They generally don't like that.
Probably wouldn't advise that, Josh.
Damn it, too late.
I was really hoping that your phone would have went off with something like the Game of Thrones theme, since you don't watch the show. But it would be really funny if you were using it. I was hoping it was something like that instead of the Google
I was really
sound.
hoping it was going to pop in and be like, I don't fuck with Jews! You stupid ass bitch.
I've been trying not to say that for 31 minutes now.
I did it first, Bill. I
Yeah.
did it first.
I missed something because I was playing D&D today.
Yay.
I'm jealous.
So this is a song that Bill put on his playlist, his workout playlist, because I'm not the only one working out.
I don't know the guy's name, but it's just a lot of swearing, and Tony noticed that it sounds a lot like saying, I don't fuck with Jews!
Yeah, it's Big something. Big Sean. I don't know.
Big Sean, that's it.
Did you
Yeah.
post that video in the Hangout?
Yeah.
Yeah, I send it to Tony all the time now. It's hilarious. Because he really, really hates it.
Yeah. I bet he does.
Meanwhile, the Hangouts chat is getting filled with more and more terrible pictures.
I haven't looked at that all day. It's probably awful.
Oh,
Nah,
we
not
are
really.
horrible people. Anyway, so there's your unfortunate stories, Kyle.
Yeah.
Hopefully in 2 more weeks you'll have more.
Yeah, the dog shit in my hand. That wasn't fun.
That's never happened to me.
Well, I clapped because I saw her squatting. I'm like, haha, I got you. So I picked her up to bring her outside. But she was already, like, mid-crap, and I didn't know that. And it's just like, plop, right in my hand. I was just like, this is the worst ever.
Easy
warm
cleanup,
and-
right?
Yeah, real easy.
all warm and nougaty.
Yep.
Oh, all right. Bill, what do you got for games?
I don't know. No. I would say GTA Online has been a lot of fucking fun.
If you think about it, that's kind of the game that brought us all back together.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I didn't play it really. I mean, I played for maybe 5 hours of just the actual single player on the PS3 and then just decided to wait until it was not on a shitty system. And I really didn't think that we would play the online that much, but I think at least right now I'm closing in on 3 days.
What was
Holy
it?
shit.
Did that come out in December?
I think it was November-ish.
No, late November-ish. Because I think it was around early December we all started playing it.
Yeah, because there was the snow bit at Christmas. I remember that now.
Because I came out of my foxhole, and then you and I started playing one night, and then Tony, and then we just kept going, and then Kyle eventually rented it.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't actually really do anything in there, but run around and shoot people like in cars and pull drive-bys and try and steal jets. And...
We do hilarious things like wait for somebody to pause and then drive up to them, and then just creep on a Boys in the Hood style with like me in the back with my shotgun. And you just hear somebody yell, "Ricky, no!"
I'll still never forget that ginger that just wanted to play with us. I got it back out of the car and shot him in the face. I thought Tony was going to piss himself.
We've done some absolute horrible things in that game.
I locked you in a strip club for like 2 hours.
Oh, that was the worst.
You were so mad.
I couldn't get out. And it's not like I could do anything in there because since half the car is in the door,
And
like
I started shooting so no one was doing anything
yeah,
anyway.
so no, all the strippers were running in circles for like 2 hours. So it's not like I can even do anything while I'm in there. I'm just watching people run. I hate you.
God damn it, we've had so much fun with that stupid game. I mean, it's kind of like Minecraft where you have to sort of create your own fun. Like if you were to hop in and just play by yourself, it would be horrible.
Yeah.
But everyone in a chat and laughing and hunting each other down and Josh fucking randomly hatcheting someone and
Well, I painted my face like a juggalo, so I kind of have to.
yeah, we are all juggalos. I forget that sometimes.
And then
But
there
then,
was
like-
your terrifying horn that just you play to when you creep up on us.
It's the Tetris song.
Josh's custom car has the Tetris theme, and anytime you hear that coming through the back speakers, you just immediately take cover behind something.
Or like we would do something stupid when somebody's trying to get into the military base and they're getting ready to go off to jump. Like I would put like proximity mines down, so as soon as they drive,
You'd forget about it too, so when you try it, you blow yourself up.
right? So like all it is just a big fireball going into the military base at that point.
It's just like it's so much fun too. Like when you get to someone, like when you've killed them a couple times, and then like they get their friends together, and it just turns into like all out gang warfare over blocks, and you're running from people, and somebody's getting sniped from God knows where, and it's just fucking mayhem.
It got to the point the other day, Kyle, where somebody actually messaged Bill, "We will hunt you for the rest of the night."
Yeah.
Wow. What'd you do?
Well, they
Nothing.
were like real high level players, and we just kind of got the best of them a couple times. We just had better strategy because you have to really dump a lot of damage into those high level players because you can't touch them. So for us to be able to win a couple times, like it just set them off. And they hunted us for a while. Like I took off to go and get a jet, and they tracked me down up the coastline.
And I'm kind of like an evil genius when it comes to that game. Like, I think you were with me, Kyle, where like I'm coming up with like this guy was chasing us in a tunnel, and I was like, okay, you get over there, and as soon as he comes down, I'll pop up and get him.
That
Like,
was me. That was me.
I just come up with these weird plans, and it always seems to work.
God
I don't know
that
why.
game's fun. It's so much fucking fun. The one thing I will say, I'm kind of pissed that so the heist came out, and Tony and I went through the first one to like figure out how to play, and now they all take 4 players, and like we never have 4 on at the same time. It seems like, and so we
Wow.
can't fucking do it. And I don't want to play with randoms. Like I don't know why it can't just use AI.
We'll get back to the point where we're playing it again too, but we kind of needed a break from it.
Yeah, I've been playing. I haven't. I think maybe the single player I played for 10 hours or so, but I'm honestly approaching 3 days in that world. 3 fucking days.
It's pretty sickening, but I mean, it is true. Like, it is much like Minecraft, where you have to have the ability to create your own fun, or just let go and not give a shit, because, like, you're gonna die a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be the stupid things, and like, It is frustrating at times where like it spawns you right next to the guy that killed you, and then you're killed again. It's like you're playing Call of Duty.
Yeah,
But
it does happen sometimes, and you lose ammo, and it's frustrating. Because I didn't pre-order the game, and so I didn't have like stacks
Millions
of
of
fucking
dollars.
yeah. So like you and Tony are riding around in Lambos and living in penthouses, and I can't afford fucking a clip of bullets half the time, and it's been a long process to like be kind of getting a
Solvent.
house and money and being
pretty sure I
comfortable
spent
now.
most of my money putting bounties on you.
Yeah, the bounty thing is also really fucking funny too. When Josh gets pissed, he just starts throwing down the most expensive bounties, and then everybody in the fucking game world hunts you down. God
Or I just do it for the shits and giggles of it. Like, oh, Kyle logged on. Here's a bounty.
Guys, I have a bounty on me and I don't know why.
No, it's been a lot of fun. Like they finally figured that out, and it's a gang of fun. I love
It works surprisingly well, but like you can do so many stupid things in it. Like it's an open world game, it's an open world sandbox, which is one of my favorite types of games nowadays. But like you get to play it with others. So you do stupid things like Tony getting on a fucking bicycle in the middle of the city and then riding it all the way to the military base. Just for shits and giggles. It took him literally like a half hour to get from the city to the military base on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Just for me to kill him, hop on the bike, and then ride it into the military base.
Oh, that was so good. It really was. I mean, we've spent so much time just doing nothing, like just getting into the airport to steal helicopters. And like the other night I got the big one with the tow hook, and I picked up some random's like special personal car, and I was flying him around, and he's just honking the horn because he can't do anything. And then you just drop him on top of a building and he's fucked.
But what is it with these games that bring out the worst in us? Like
it
Daisy,
brings
where
out the absolute worst in us.
like
Just
Daisy, where I'm taking a fire extinguisher to Tony's head because his character is hungry.
I just noticed we killed Tony a lot when we were bored. Because
Actually,
I
we
did
kill you more.
I did the same thing to him. It's just like, oh hey Tony, shotgun to the face.
Yeah, someday I'll probably play the single player, but I've had way more fun with the online. It's just good. It's good
Yeah.
times.
I mean, it speaks volumes to get Kyle to actually play a GTA game.
Yeah,
so.
that was the first GTA game that I've played for more than 20 minutes. And it's and I didn't even play the single player. I played I have played like an hour of the single player just to get used to the controls, and then I just played multiplayer. And I think I put like 20 hours into that game too.
The single player is actually surprisingly good, though. You maybe should consider playing that sometime.
I don't know.
It's
That's what
pretty
people
fun.
said about GTA 4.
No, GTA
it's a
4
lot
was
better
shit.
than that. Yeah, it's way, way better than that. There's a storyline that you follow, and it's pretty interesting.
It's the characters that make it.
Yeah. It's a good time. I might just play some of that later, actually.
I know what I'm going to be playing later.
Your penis?
Mm-hmm.
Before we jump to that,
Skin flute?
I did play through The Order recently.
Oh,
So
yeah, Dragon
you're like
Slayer.
the only person on the internet that actually liked it, I guess.
Yeah, people are just dicks. Like, I don't get the hate for it at all. Like, the combat's just kind of meh. It's just an average shooter, but you're playing a movie and it jumps back and forth between that, and the graphics are amazing, and it helps that the story is my kind of, science fiction fantasy mix up, urban fantasy in a late 1800s setting, and I thought it was great. The ending wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but for what it was, it's fucking great. So when it drops in price, people should just try it.
Nah.
Yeah, you two won't like it, but normals.
I might like it.
No, because the combat is like Gears of War.
Oh, no, I will not like it.
It's a cover-based shooter. Yeah, you won't like it. You could, if you watched there's probably a YouTube video where you
yeah, I
can
was
just
going to
watch
say, maybe
the
I'll
story.
just watch the story.
You'll probably like that. It's pretty cool, Kyle. Like, I think if they get the money to do another one, like, the story will open up. It's the same kind of hooks that you would like, that we like through, like, the Dresden series. It's good.
Okay.
just no real humor, but the world that's there is pretty cool. So there's other stuff from past months, but that's all I got for now.
I played Dragon Slayer before.
Yeah, it's not that.
All right, Kyle.
Well, after probably the most disappointing year in gaming last year, I haven't really played much. I'm like, you know what? I've got lots of time. Why don't I just waste it with Final Fantasy XIV? So I started a trial again. So I've been playing that. That's about it. It's fun. Yeah.
Huh.
So, is it just WoW with different clothes?
No, they're quite different.
Yeah, they're different.
Different because of people like you, or the way I look at it and say this is just WoW?
The play styles are very, very different.
It's hard to explain. It's more...
One is more action-based, I would say.
Yeah, WoW's definitely more okay, mash all of the buttons, and 14's just okay, well, let's take your time and just plan out your attack.
Yeah.
And
it tries to bring turn-based to an MMORPG in a way.
And I think the community is actually a little better because it's more helpful.
Smaller.
And it is smaller, too. So, especially with there's world events that you could just randomly run into, and it's just okay, everyone in this area is now essentially in a party, and everyone will get experience depending on how well you do.
But other MMOs have done that as well, like Rift.
Yeah. But I never really played Rift, so this is a first for me.
Sure.
But it's fun. I like being able to change my class. I like that I can gain experience from cooking, so I cook a lot.
My problem with it was so incredibly slow and boring for the first 20 levels.
Yeah.
It isn't until you can start switching classes that the game gets interesting.
Yep. And it's just okay, I don't feel like doing this, so now I'll just be a fighter instead of being the summoner.
It's just really slow, drawn out, and boring.
And then you can pick out...
How do you really feel about it?
Yeah, you can pick out abilities from other classes that you've leveled, so you can have your summoner, and you could pull in a fighter ability or something like that. So you could just randomly stab someone.
I mean, I don't mean that as a knock on the game, Bill. The game itself is absolutely gorgeous. It's fun to play. It's just MMOs to me need to be faster paced. You need to get to the point, right? Because you're always thriving to get to the end game or get as powerful as possible. And this one, you pick your class and you're stuck with that for level 20, even though there's so many different systems that you don't even get to see at that point.
So I was going to say, did you buy this? You said trial, but how long can you honestly play with the trial?
I've owned it. It's a month trial. And it's just okay, well...
I
play WoW with Nancy, so let's just do 2 MMOs, but I'm not going to pay for the other one.
Yeah.
So I'm oh, well, Nancy, it's really good. I think you might like it. It's kind of more interesting than WoW.
I mean, with WoW at this point, what more can you really do? You've done it all.
Yeah. Well, Nancy hasn't, but she's just all right, let's go to the exclamation points, then we'll go to the quest finder and click on stuff, and that's it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Every expansion that they come up with, I'm gonna play because I enjoy the leveling experience of WoW. The past one, Warlords of Draenor or whatever it was, I plowed through that in 2 days. But yeah, as far as MMOs go, Final Fantasy XIV is fun. It's pretty. It runs really well. It's just boring.
Hey, it is hands down better than 11.
Oh, by far, yeah, easily.
Because let's all spend 8 hours in a desert farming the same lizard over and over and over again.
And it's by far better than the original 14. Which was, hey, let's try to log it. Oh, the servers crashed.
Yeah.
Hey, the game crashed. Oh. It's shit.
Yeah, and it's better than ESO.
ESO.
Elder Scrolls.
Oh, anything's better than Elder Scrolls Online, yeah.
Which is now, what, isn't it free to play now?
Yep, that is the death nail to an MMO. Well, unless you're still raking in a lot of money, you just try to bring in others, but yeah.
I don't think that's making any money.
No. No, it isn't.
Isn't it? I think it's coming to the consoles before too long here, right?
Didn't they cancel them?
I don't know.
I know the game just bombed. It bombed hard.
Really?
It
I suppose if Kyle didn't play it, then it must not have been too great.
like, what was the one that you liked a lot? Star Trek Online.
Star Wars?
No, Star Trek.
Oh.
That had a longer run, as far as I consider Bill as being more successful than ESO was.
Ouch. Did they just not get what people like about those games, basically?
I don't know. I never played it.
Huh.
I never played it.
I mean, all we really want is Skyrim with multiplayer. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I don't know. It sucks. Okay,
Oh, yeah, it's canceled.
ESO?
Yeah, run for consoles, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That seems kind of foolish. I mean, you could make a little bit more money of your money back, maybe.
Yeah, but there's already MMOs that are on the consoles that are free. So if people are going to play them, they're just going to play those.
Yeah.
Console players aren't big on MMOs anyways. I mean, Final Fantasy XIV is already on the console, so if you're going to play one, you're going to play that.
Oh, wait a minute. And this one says it gets a concrete release date. What the fuck?
Anyway, are you
Gaming
done,
news,
Kyle?
you're terrible. Yeah, I'm done.
All right. I have only recently started playing games again. Part of my departure from these assholes, I just stopped playing everything.
Wah, wah.
So I have been playing a lot of Temple Run 2 on my iPad. Resogun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't you like a world Resogun record holder right now, or you were?
No, I've been ranked pretty freaking high on some of the challenges that they're doing, but
Number one?
I was number 2.
Oh, so you're not ranked at all.
No,
that's pretty awesome.
That was almost like a Mr. Popo line from Dragon Ball Abridged. No, Resogun, I don't, like, I've been obsessed with this game since the PS4 launched. I don't know why. It's my type of game. And they put an expansion out sometime last year that added like 2 modes, and I really loved one of them. And then like I fell off the game for a while, and then they just put another expansion out for it that adds 2 more modes, plus like 40 challenges, plus like a ranking system, plus like weekly challenges that they put out as well.
What are these what are the new modes? I don't understand that.
So one of the new modes, it's called Protector, and it makes it so like you can hold more than one human at a time. And like there's a city destroyer that comes down and blows up cities and stuff, so you have to try to kill that at the same time as saving all the humans that you can.
Oh, okay.
And it's really frantic, but the hardest part about that mode is just playing it, because like I have a really high score on it, but it takes fucking forever to get a high score, and it drives me nuts. But that's by far my favorite mode so far. The other one, I think it's called Commando or something, and it's almost a take on Missile Command in a way, where like you're on the ground level of the world and you're shooting up at like meteors that are coming down on you, and you have to stop them from hitting your city. So it's very much a take on Missile Command.
Okay.
And I hate that mode with a passion. The weekly challenges and all the other challenges are just weird twists on the game, where like you have to try to clear this planet, but you can only move right, you can't move left.
Oh.
And you have to try to save all the humans at the same time. Or there's ones where you only have turbo, you can't shoot. Stuff like that. It's just weird little twists. So you have to try to get the highest score you can with those weird things happening. So it's just fun, and it is challenging, and like trying to come up with strategies to get higher scores with weird takes on the game like that is pretty creative and fun. So I, like on my week off that I just had, I think I played nothing but Resogun every day, all day.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I have a problem.
Yeah. Maybe you should play some other stuff.
Well, right now I'm drinking water, Bill.
Maybe you should play Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Outside of Resogun, which everybody should get the expansions for that though.
Are they
especially-
free?
I think the last one was, which adds all the challenges and the two modes, the one mode that I really like and then the other mode that I hate.
Okay.
So I think that one's free. Everybody should play Resogun because I want more people on my friends list with actual scores that they can try to go against.
Yeah, but none of us are going to be good enough to do that. So.
Shut up, bro.
Nah.
We're just filthy casuals.
After that I played some Dragonball Xenoverse.
How is that?
Honestly, it is surprisingly fun. I don't know why I like it.
Because I saw that. It's like you make a character, and then you just make... Do you get... talk about it, because maybe you'll answer my questions.
So, have you ever played any of the Dragon Ball Budokai games?
No, never. Well,
Okay.
I played one once.
So it's kind of like a fighting game in a way where like you just keep mashing, say, X on your controller and then you hit Y every once in a while to break into a combo and you hit X again. It's kind of a fighting game like that. So yeah, you make a character, you're recruited by Trunks to stop history from being altered by these people that are altering history for their benefit. So like they change history, so in the Saiyan saga, Vegeta and Nappa actually kill Goku, you know. So you have to show up during that fight to stop them from killing Goku. And weird stuff like that. So like you're replaying an altered timeline of all of Dragon Ball.
Okay.
In a way. So like you do the Saiyan saga, then you do the Namek saga where you go up against Ginyu and all that. And then the Frieza saga. And surprisingly enough, which I mean not surprisingly enough, they skipped all of Garlic Jr.
No. All half of an episode of it.
Well, Garlic Jr. was shit anyways.
Yeah.
And in between all the time stuff, like there's little missions that you can do in between to kind of level your character and do other challenges and stuff like that, so you can unlock abilities. And like it's also kind of MMO-ish in a way. So you log on to the game, and then like in the hub world, you see all these other players running around, and it's kind of funny because like there's four classes I want to say that you can be in the game. You
Oh,
can
like
either
the
be-
4 races?
In a way, yeah. Like you can be a Saiyan, a human, whatever Frieza is, or a Majin.
Which doesn't even fucking make sense. Why not be like a Namekian or...
Oh, I think you can be a Namek as well. Yeah, Namekian. I think you can be one of them as well. So yeah, you could be a Majin, Frieza. I think you can. A Namekian, a Saiyan, and a human.
Huh.
But the Majin one I thought was weird because that was created by magic. So I don't even understand that one. But I'm not going to get into the Dragon Ball lore.
It's best not to think about it.
These orcs can't go out in the sunlight.
Yeah, it's probably a lot of that.
Why can't you make an android character?
Oh god, yeah, why didn't they make it an android character? But the game itself is just really fun. And you level up and you gain more abilities, and then like every once in a while, like Piccolo will be there or Vegeta will be there, and like they'll be like, "Hey, you should let me be your teacher. I can teach you these strong skills," and blah blah. And then at the same point, you're thinking in your head, "Well, if you can teach me these strong skills, why don't you go back and fix time?" And I just sit here and eat a fucking burger.
Yeah.
So like, you know, Piccolo will teach you this attack, and then oh god, that's annoying. Damn it, Kyle.
Wow, Josh. So unprofessional. after all
Seriously,
this time.
Josh.
It went over my phone Piccolo will be like, I'll teach you this attack, and then Vegeta will be like, I'll teach you my Gallic gun, or, so forth, and then you level up and rank up with them, and they teach you more stuff. And I don't know, it's just a pretty cool, fun, time-wasting game. You can, like, get together in groups, like Tony has it, and both of us have talked about, like, getting together in a group and then doing missions together, and going Super Saiyan together.
So, how do you learn moves? It's like, how does your character get moves? You learn it from one of the characters from the show, or like you level up and you pick them?
Both.
Oh, okay.
You can also buy skills in the shop.
Does that cost game money or real money?
Game money.
Okay.
So, like, I bought the Kamehameha wave.
Okay.
Which, being such an iconic attack, you figured it would have been one that's trained to you. But no, you buy it in the store for like 1,000 zenny.
Wow. That's only done by the Turtle Hermit School, so it makes sense if no one wants to teach you that, because you're not a student of Master Roshi.
Gay. So yeah, that's pretty much Dragon Ball Xenoverse. It's a lot of fun. I need to get back into it. Like, I think my character's like level 34 or something at this point. I have not become a Super Saiyan yet. I will say that.
Lame.
Yeah. I do know the Kaioken.
What are you even doing?
KO what?
The Kaioken.
You missed the joke.
Kaioken. Kaioken times 2.
I know.
Kaioken times 3.
I saw on the Xbox today that you can watch a new Dragon Ball movie for free.
I actually watched that movie not too long ago.
I know you did.
And that movie actually is in this game as well, like the characters from that new movie.
It looked fucking terrible.
It's actually pretty good.
It looked really, really bad.
I liked it.
You would.
I would. I have a soft spot for Dragon Ball, I'm sorry.
I think everyone does who watched anime in the 90s.
Yeah. Kyle, did you send him another message? My phone's vibrating.
I did.
Okay. I remembered to put it on vibrate.
Is it a picture of Bubo?
It is not a picture of Bubo.
Well, then what are you doing?
It's explaining the joke.
Anyway, so I've also been playing Bloodborne.
All right, so how the hell is that?
Even though, like, the day before it came out, you're like, fuck that game, that's not Souls enough for me. So I don't know what they're doing.
No,
fucking
I did not
changing
say
stuff
that.
For those fucking casuals. It's pretty close to that.
I might have said something along that line.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Here's the thing.
That was almost word for word what you said.
Here's the thing, Bill. I didn't know anything about this game. I did not watch a single video. I did not read a single thing on it. The only things that I've heard about it is from, like, word of mouth. And so I was like, yeah, I don't know. Hearing what everybody said about it, I don't think it's really for me.
Sure.
And then finally, like, it was a day before the game was coming out, and I was like, all right, I'm going to watch a video. And I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. I'm hard. And I bought it. And then you made fun of me. So the game itself, Kyle, like, did you ever play Dragon Ball? Did you ever play Dark Souls 2?
I own it, but I never really got to play it.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're bad at games.
I think I stopped playing at the pirate ship.
We were going to try and get the co-op working with, like, some special way.
I don't think co-op was really as good in that as they made it out to be.
Is it in this one?
Yes.
You sound hesitant.
That means no. It's another bullshit way of trying to make something work.
No, it is, but I haven't tried it. Like, I know there's a few ways. Like, they have a system in place where you can, like, put in a password, and then when you summon people, like, your friends can put in the password, and then they can come in or something.
That's neat.
But I haven't tried it because, I don't like to play these games with people.
You mean games with people? Not so much these games, but just games with people.
I've played a lot of games with people lately, Bill.
I know. It's been a lot of fun. Anyway, back to Kyle's question. And you asked him, did he play Dark Souls? He has. Continue.
Have you played Dark Souls, Kyle?
Yes.
Yeah, I know you have, because I made fun of you for not beating Dark Souls 1.
Mm-hmm.
You're terrible.
Mm-hmm. I am.
So this game, like, you know how, like, in Dark Souls, you're the ironclad guy with a sword and shield?
Yeah.
You are no longer an ironclad guy with a sword and shield.
Well-
You're a guy who has a gun in one hand and a weapon in the other that can transform.
That sounds cool.
And by transform, I mean, like, think of a cane that you can use as, like,
A
A
sword.
bow.
a sword.
A sword cane.
And no, a sword, and then you, like, hit L1 on your controller, and it converts into, like, a chained whip. So now you have, like, ranged attack that you can use on, like, groups of guys as well. Or if it's singular, you hit L1 again, then you just fucking poke away at them.
Yeah, mine's like a big saw blade, and I hit L1, and then basically it's adding like a handle about the size of a baseball bat to it, so now you can hit people further away. It's just your attacks are slower.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it has transforming weapons. And so, like, you don't need a shield now because, one, the game is very mobile. So, like, you don't roll anymore like you would in Dark Souls. Like, you now jump backwards or sidestep. If you're not locked onto a character, you can do the old school Dark Souls roll. If you're locked on, then you do the sidestep or jump back. But the game is much more mobile. Like, stamina doesn't decrease the way it did in Dark Souls.
Okay.
So you can swing more and also get out of the way more often. And now you don't need the shield because with the gun in your other hand, if you time it properly when a character attacks you and you shoot them, like, it stuns them and they drop to their knees, and then you just walk up to them and press R1, and, like, you just jam your weapon into their stomach, and then you just pull to the side, and blood goes everywhere.
Oh, Jesus.
So, it kind of makes up for not having the shield, and you have to have different strategies now and think more. But it really works. Like, you just have to learn the timings to everything. But I really enjoy it.
Yeah, without caring about the weight, it caters to my style of play a little bit better because I can hop out of the way and not worry about it as much.
Yeah, like, there's no more item weight. So, like, you can carry whatever, and, like, I think your armor doesn't go against you anymore either, which it's basically just leather anyways.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good game. Load times are kind of shit right now, but I guess they're patching it or gonna try to fix it.
Yeah, they're going to try.
Is the level design as deep as it was in Dark Souls, or is it kind of more disjointed?
I would say it's as deep, but there's a lot more, like, shortcuts and paths and different ways to get to places
Okay.
so far. And then, of course, there's big bosses like there are in the other ones. I don't know. Overall, it's Dark Souls, but with new combat, and I don't know. It's different but better in a way. Like, you don't have Estus flasks anymore. It's kind of like Demon Souls where you collect health items. But you can only hold 20 at a time. And, like, it gives you one big boost of health rather than, like, a heal over time like it did in Dark Souls.
Okay.
Your ammo for your gun, you can hit a button and sacrifice some health to replenish bullets if you need them.
Yeah.
You can pick them up, but it's kind of a neat idea. And if you take damage and then deal damage, you get health back.
Right, so on your health bar, if you get hit, like, the health decreases, but then there's an orange line, and as long as that orange line is there and you start hitting the character again, then you start to regain the health that you lost.
Oh, that sounds like Street Fighter 4. Kind of like you can regenerate health by doing that weird ass.
No, because that was almost a parry. That's different.
The developer said he don't look at it like a health bar. He likes it to call it the will bar, like your will to live. And so if you start doing better, your will bar will go back up because you're kicking ass.
Oh.
Right. And the game throws a lot more at you because obviously now it's on a more powerful system. So, like, rather than there being like a group of 2 guys, now you have like a group of like 6 guys. And it's much like right off the bat too. Like, Bill, you were playing earlier, and you get like down like the first hallway of the game, and then like there's a giant bonfire, and there's like 12 guys standing there.
Yeah, and you pick up pebbles so that you can throw it at them to kind of lure them over, rather than spooking the whole lot.
I think you would like it, Kyle.
I'll look into it.
It's a fun game. It's quite fun. And, like, you can summon people in and do all the normal shit that you would. And the other games. There is no alive or dead system, like a human hollow system that there was in Dark Souls. You're just always alive. So you don't lose health or will, as they want to call it, because you're being punished because you're dead. Like your health bar is always full at that point. Because like in Dark Souls, if you're hollow, you lose part of your health.
Oh, maybe I'll look into picking it up or something.
You should.
Plus, everyone's British.
Yeah. It's got kind of a steampunk-esque world to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
which Bill was complaining about.
Well, I would say complaining. It's just, the fantasy style is more...
You like the big castles and the big settings and stuff, but like I was saying, like after 3 games of that, I'm kind of glad that they went in a different direction.
Yeah.
Because you can only see so many castles and stuff like that.
You can never grow tired of castles, Josh.
I hate you so much. So you guys want to do some questions?
Sure. I think I closed the window that had all the questions on it, though. No. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Why don't you read some of them?
Let me go to the critical strike thing. All right.
This is why we can't let Kyle do anything.
Tweets and replies. Is that it? Oh, we'd have to log on the Twitter thing, because I can only see the ones that have been addressed to me. So that seems like it would be you, Josh.
Or Bill.
Or Bill, since he is our social media manager.
I don't have that at all, so...
Holy fuck.
Okay. We don't want to talk
Kyle,
about what we've been reading.
Okay.
Okay.
Ahead, Bill.
A lot.
What is your take on all the awful things happening in the games industry?
What awful things? I don't know. I don't pay attention to the games industry.
Like all the shitty games that were released last year?
Yeah, I think he's talking about how a lot of companies seem to just be putting out unfinished games because they can patch them.
I thought companies were just putting out ports of old games like Arkham City and shit like that.
There's that as well. I mean, it was a weird year last year. It really was.
And then there's that whole Gamergate thing, which I don't really get.
Nobody does. It's fucking stupid.
So is it men who are upset because women are in gaming, or is it women who are upset because there's not enough women in gaming?
But you also have to add the press in there somehow, because they're not being, like, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for.
It sounds like
ethical.
It's like Occupy Wall Street. They're just merging all this shit into one pot, and nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah. Ultimately, it just comes down to this. Anyone who thinks there's any real value to the gaming media outside of just showing you ads, essentially, who cares? Who cares if they're being paid off? I mean, they're just trying not to have real jobs. They just want to write about something they like.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
It's the same thing with like sporting information. I don't give a shit if one of the ESPN guys is taking money from Major League Baseball. Like, he's reporting on something that doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Who cares? And then there was some women rapey stuff. Who fucking knows?
Next.
Are season passes value for money, and why or why not when they're bundled with special editions?
I almost always regret buying the season pass because I generally don't play the game that much.
Borderlands 2.
Actually, that's the only game where I was going to say that's like the exception, because I played like 150 hours of Borderlands 2, and the season, like the DLC was pretty much, 2 of them were really good, 1 of them was not bad, and 1 of them was I could have done without. So I didn't really lose anything by getting the season pass. It's like you buy 3 get 1 kind of deal. So I got 2 really good pieces of DLC, an okay one, and one I'd rather not play. So it kind of worked out in the end. But Battlefield 4, I bought that season pass. And
So did I, yeah. We got a good use out of the first pack.
Yeah, but that definitely wasn't worth it.
No, I'm done with those. That's not going to happen again. It's if I end up spending an extra $10, fine. But the chances of me actually playing any of that later content are almost zero. Like, even if The Witcher comes out with a season pass, I'm not buying it because I don't see myself going back.
Well, especially since they're just going to re-release the game in like a year and a half or 2 years and just include all the DLC for free.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think I remember them saying that they're not charging for any of the DLC, so...
God, they're such a good developer.
They're so awesome. I can't wait for that fucking game.
Wait, who?
CD Projekt
Red.
Red.
Oh, yeah, for The Witcher.
Yeah, it's Red.
The beard grows throughout the game, Josh.
Oh, man.
But yeah, Josh, you maybe a few games, like something like Resogun, you would stick with and go back.
Yeah.
But I don't see you on the average even paying for DLC, so...
No, I hardly ever pay for DLC.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for me to love a game to do that. Like if they came out with DLC for Bloodborne, yeah, I would probably do it. For Resogun, I would probably do it. Other stuff, no, typically not. I did with Borderlands 2, and I don't think you and I even played any of it.
No, I bought that one, and I don't think I ever played one because I think we plan on going back to the game mode plus. And
yeah, with David.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me. Once I play it, I just don't go back. Same with Mass Effect. I'm not going back.
Clearly, you don't play games the right way, Bill, because you're supposed to play a game 4 or 5 times and do different things every time.
Yeah. You see, like the Dishonored DLC may have worked out for you, Kyle.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? I have yet to play it.
Wow.
I played like the first 2 minutes. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be like my 6th playthrough of Dishonored. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah. I would think we're going to see an announcement of another one here in a couple months at E3.
I'd play it. I like the first one a lot. Well, I like Dishonored a lot.
Yeah. We can lump these together. These are all from Saintly Stewart, by the way. Have you had any fun medical stories, Kyle, that you care to recount? And how's married life and home ownership?
Nothing crazy medical-wise. It is funny to see Nancy hopped up on like every allergy medicine known to mankind while she builds up an immunity to pet stuff. Because she's allergic to animals. Married life is the same as dating life, except now it's not weird when I go to her parents' house because Nancy's sleeping with me.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I like how you sounded so sad saying that, though. Like,
well, no,
they slept on different floors, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't even go upstairs.
Yeah, I couldn't even go upstairs for years and years and years and years. And then it's like, okay, you can go upstairs, but only if her dad's upstairs.
See,
I'm not like some fucking weird ass guy. People have known me for 7 years.
I've known you for a long time, and you're a weird ass guy.
I am a weird ass guy, but I'm not a weird ass guy around them.
It is kind of funny that it's similar to like Josh's situation, where when people come to Josh's house, he just doesn't let any of them in.
That is true, actually. I still don't let people in, even though I've been hanging out with people.
Mm-hmm.
As to home ownership, it seems like it's a huge, huge scam. Because it's just like... It's just like a new thing every time. It's just like, oh, the basement leaks. So you patch it up, and it's like, oh, the basement has another leak that's impossible to get to because it's next to the water pipe. Or it's behind the water pipe. Or there might be some serious erosion because there's a huge, like, underwater creek that's slowly eroding all of the land right by my home. So maybe not today or tomorrow, but eventually the house will sink into the ground. which is
Oh my
fantastic.
God, Kyle is gonna die in a sinkhole.
Yep.
It's going to be like the one in Brazil or Venezuela or where the hell that one is. That terrifying one.
Yeah, the bad one.
Yeah.
I always tell people you're just paying for the ability to be as loud as you want. That's really it.
Except I can't because I live in a row home.
Oh, that's right.
You know, I'm kind of just now picturing Kyle doing the podcast and sinking into the earth.
Yeah. Slowly but surely.
Like his microphone's following him down. So we just hear him yelling.
I think he'd be a little excited. Wouldn't you? You could pretend you're a dwarf or something for a little bit.
You shall not pass! Ah!
Yeah, before you're crushed by, endless tons of soil and earth.
I've dug too deep.
There's a Balrog in here.
Delve too deep.
My famous last words. We delve too deeply, too greedily.
And then Bubo can come live with me.
Yep. And then she can shit all over your white carpets.
Nah.
Bill would bite her in the butt.
No, when you have other dogs, they learn very, very much quicker.
Yeah. But
it's almost automatic.
yeah, because they have an example to follow.
Yep.
But
Well, Kyle, she's not going to follow it if you keep pooping on the
yeah,
rug,
seriously.
You could send me the puppy, and then I'll get it for all the fun time when they're puppies, and then I'll send you back a large beast that just is another person in the house.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This dog is going to be fucking huge because she's 9 weeks already, and she's massive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You're just like, oh, this is going to be like a 60 or 70 pound dog. Great.
I look forward when I get to meet Bubo. I'm going to do nothing but call her Bubo.
That's fine. She won't acknowledge you.
Is it weird
Nobody
that
else
I
does.
see, I just imagine the first time she's going to be like dressed up in like a Harry Potter, like glasses and tie or something?
I'm going to give, she'll have the lightning scar on her, over her eye. Kyle keeps putting that scar on her. I keep telling him to stop, but he just keeps doing it.
I keep picturing Bubo in a monocle. I don't know why.
That seems appropriate.
Monocles need to come back.
Except they're terrible.
Bubo's going to have a monocle and a cloak.
I could see a cloak.
I could give her a bandana.
Was she Spanish?
Nah, don't be that guy.
Okay.
I think the only dogs you can get away with that are border collies.
Anyways, any more questions?
I think.
What game would be improved by the anachronistic use of a David Bowie song? I'm going to have to go with BioShock Under Pressure.
That's good.
I hate you. I hate you so much. I should have put some thought into this one.
We could just say Bloodborne, dancing in the streets.
Yeah. What was it? The scene. Wait, isn't the new Saints Row which one was in space? Is that Saints Row 4 technically?
Well,
When the aliens were coming down, or
Saints Row 3 had the movie ending where they were in space.
Yeah, that's what
or
I
they
think.
where they play Space Odyssey or Oddity?
Maybe.
That's the only
Saints
one I
Row
can-
4 is when there's an actual alien
Yeah.
and they end up patrolling the galaxy?
Yeah.
I know-
No, they
I know
created the
what
virtual world,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
the Matrix.
Oh, you clearly didn't beat Saints Row 4, Josh.
No, I fucking hated that game. It was terrible.
It wasn't great.
They ruined everything that series had going for it.
Because
Everything.
Earth is blown up and now it's just them patrolling the galaxy and your character is the lord of the galaxy.
It is the worst series in the world now. Worst. Anything else? I know we had a question from Mr. Keith Harbort.
Yeah, something about Woot.
Yeah, with a question mark, and that was the question.
More like wheat.
Wheat?
WIIT.
Yeah. Today's Raisin's birthday, by the way.
Meow meow. Meow.
How old is she, Kyle?
Yeah, how old's Raisin?
4.
Cute little Raisin.
Next week is Bruin's birthday.
Oh, man.
Fried chicken and chitlins for all.
Oh, wait, I had assumed that they were brother and sister.
No. We adopted them at the same place, and they were a week apart
Yeah.
from each other being born. So yeah, the kitties are all grown up. You guys missed last year's birthday. All because of Kyle.
Meow meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
I think that's one of the things I missed was being on a Skype call with you, and then hearing Bruin frantically trying to get into the room.
He still does it. I was laying in the other room, maybe last week when I was on vacation, just laying there watching TV, and like I'll be standing right next to him, and he'll just ignore me and go off on my door, like I'm in here, and I'm like, Bruin, I'm right here, and he just keeps going. So I watched him like climb up my door, and like kick the doorknob trying to knock it open, and then he just slid down slowly.
He hates life. He just wants to go into your room because it smells like you.
He doesn't like closed doors at all. If I close the bathroom to go take a shower, he's yelling at the door. He just doesn't like doors.
Well, why do you have to lock him out of your life, Josh?
I don't want the cat in there when I'm jerking off in the shower. That's awkward, Kyle. You might want Bubo in there when you guys are practicing your choke play.
Don't look at me!
But I at least respect my cats.
Yeah.
And my penis.
Fair enough, I suppose.
So, Kyle, this episode is terrible.
This is where you realize you have to edit again and this all falls apart.
We are so goddamn rusty.
Okay, so,
Kyle, why don't you tell them how they can get in contact with us if they so choose?
if you choose, you can contact, the Josh at Nastro, myself at KR Dumont, Bill at Billy Bill Black, or the podcast at Critical Strike. You can leave us a voicemail at 909-C-STRIKE or 909-278-7453, or leave us an email at cstrikepodcast@gmail.com.
You have no idea, like, how hard, since we decided we were going to do this again, I was looking forward to hearing you do that again, to see if you can actually do it again.
Okay.
Seems pretty automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's just ingrained in your fucking skull.
I had to do it like 100 some odd times.
Yeah.
Well, realistically, like 70 some odd times. But still, it's a lot of times.
So does anybody have anything to throw out in our last episode?
No. Sorry.
It's good to be back.
It is good.
Now, if we can only get rid of Bill.
Wait, I like Bill. He rounds out the podcast.
Nah.
Well.
Bye.
Goodbye.